Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's TubeBuddy live stream. My name is Dusty Porter, the host of the stream this week. I am so excited to be here with you guys. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. If you can, give me a big thumbs up in the chat there. Let me know how I'm sounding. I do want to know that. I've got some new can lights coming in over here. I've got to adjust the color a little bit on them, but I haven't had time. Also, let me know where you guys are coming from today. Let me know where you guys are coming from as far as where you are located. Would love to know where everyone is coming from today. I see a lot of people coming in chat. Here we go. We got Beanie Draws. We got your Real Estate Whisperer, Christina. We got Kiwi Gamer, ZMTV, Game Droid OS. Andrew is in the house, even though he's having a lot of crazy stuff going on right now. Andrew, again, man, I'm so sorry about what happened. Married to the Farm. We've got people coming in from all over the place. Red Rocket Resales. Paul coming in the house from Los Angeles, Michigan, Louisiana. We got folks coming in from all over the place, which I love to see. We got someone coming in from Hungary. Nice. South of England. Peter coming in from the UK. Pakistan. That's amazing. What's crack-a-lackin'? Hey, man, all kind of stuff is crack-a-lackin'. If my voice sounds a little rough today, I do apologize. My 3-year-old daughter came down with, she's got double ear infection, so things are kind of crazy here at the house. And then every time she gets sick, it never fails. Even if it's not contagious, I get it. So I am a little under the weather today, but you know what? We're here today. We're going to talk YouTube. We're going to talk all things TubeBuddy. I'm so stoked to be here with you guys today. So hopefully everyone will continue to funnel in here as we continue to talk YouTube and to kind of answer your questions. Speaking of answering your questions, Andrew has so kindly created us a Google Sheet that will allow you to ask questions that I will answer towards the end of the well, probably in a few minutes after we kind of get done talking about our topic for today, which is life outside of YouTube or living outside of YouTube. And so Andrew just linked that form that you can go and ask your question there in chat. So go there, type in your question. BK42, good to see you, Dusty. Good to see you too. Good to see you guys too. 1:02 a.m. here in Australia. Sebi, I know I saw you and Beanie here. That's awesome. Hey, Andrew, live stream on YouTube has been a little off. I'm from Belgium. Any tips on getting 1,000 subs? I'm not going to really answer that question. It's pretty vague, but if you consume all the content here on this channel and other YouTube educators, you should be good to go. 50 of you guys in here now. That's what I like to see. And before we get started with today's actual topic, I would want to ask you guys, if you would, go ahead and like the stream. There's a little thumbs up button. Like the stream. Share the stream with people who you think could find value out of what we're doing here today. So we're here talking all things YouTube, hopefully helping you spread your message, get your voice heard out there on the wild, wild west that we call the internet, and YouTube in particular. So like the stream, share it, and definitely let folks know. Done and done. I love seeing that in chat. That is what I love to see. All right, so today, and again, because I am a little sick, I am going to be drinking a little more water throughout the stream. So please, I do apologize if I'm a little slower than normally. I'm normally much quicker on my feet, but I am going to be hydrating, staying hydrated. So I do apologize for that if that bothers you. All right. So I see all of you guys in there liking the stream. I love that. I really appreciate you guys sharing the stream as well. So as you can probably tell from the title of the stream, we're going to be talking about life outside of YouTube. And what I mean by this is that when I sent in the topic for this week to Andrew, I was talking with him about basically pitching to him kind of what I wanted to kind of talk about. For the longest time on YouTube, I just, went on my way and I uploaded videos weekly, and I did what basically I thought a good YouTuber should do, and that's upload videos, do the thumbnails, this and that. But what I failed to do is I failed to branch out to my own brand. And so I failed to do anything with email list. I failed to create a website. I failed to do anything outside of the branch that was YouTube. And looking back, I probably lost, I mean, I don't really want to estimate how much money I lost, but I lost probably a ton of opportunities to work with clients and to work with people outside of YouTube. Because what happens is YouTube is a great generator for businesses and for brands to basically help you, I guess you would say, build what you have. But you want to use YouTube as just a piece of what you're doing. And so what I did is that I just uploaded to YouTube over and over again, but these people had no other way of communicating with me. They had no other way of reaching out to me. And all they could really do is watch my videos. They could like my videos, and that was about it. Fast forward a couple of years and more education and more training and more learning, and I realized that I needed to branch out outside of YouTube. So let me know in the chat what you guys think are great ways that you can extend beyond YouTube. So go ahead, and I'll give you a couple of seconds. Let me know in chat, like, what are some great opportunities, some great ways that you've found to branch out outside of YouTube. I've got my personal website pulled up here. I want to show you that here shortly, kind of what I've done, a very simple Squarespace website. But let me know in the chat what other ways that you reach out, or what other ways you branch out outside of YouTube. Because think about it. Think of what happened a couple of months ago when everyone was hit with the situation of the new partner program. Everyone was kind of a little upset. They were a little shaken up because, they were so used to one thing, and it just all of a sudden changed on them. And so I want you guys to be prepared. I'm seeing Instagram, I'm seeing Facebook and Twitter. I took Owen's advice and got myself a blog I've been posting on. Seems like the most scalable is to create your own product. I haven't done that yet. Website, blog, mailing list, great question. YouTube for me is a way to leverage my brand. It's helped me tremendously with my website, Facebook. I recently gotten some speaking engagements. You see what I'm talking about? I have an active Facebook page, so I'm seeing a lot of great stuff. I'm seeing a lot of great opportunities, great ideas. And I want you guys to, as you move forward with your YouTube channel, what's going on, Dan from Creator Fundamentals? Dan and I have some stuff up our sleeves that we're working on. We're not ready to announce right now, but we're going beyond YouTube, and we got some stuff planned out. And so I can't wait to share that with you guys here in the coming months and years. But it really is important that we reach out and expand. I see Lily Tree said Pinterest works well for her. It's funny, even though I do technology content, Pinterest has been a big boom in content. And I'll put tutorials out there and on Pinterest, and I will get a lot of traffic from Pinterest. And so you really got to think about ways that you can expand beyond YouTube. Now, I want you guys to think of it this way. I want you to think of it in terms of, you don't own YouTube. YouTube is a platform where you upload your content and you upload everything that you have as far as video content. But you don't own the domain name, youtube.com. You don't own the platform. And so what tends to happen is when things when things go bad, or when things change, like they did with the YouTube Partner Program, people get up in arms because they're worried that that they're going to lose everything. And I saw so many people on Twitter and on social media, they were all up in arms when everything changed because they were not prepared. They didn't have a website. They didn't have a place where they could send people outside of YouTube. And that's scary. That's a scary thought, to think that the only place you have for people to go is on YouTube. And so whether it's a blog, whether it's a website, whether it's whatever, whatever you want to do, you need to have something that is outside of YouTube. Now, I'm going to show you guys a little something that I did recently. This was a lot of work went into this, a lot of thought process went into this. I went and I basically created a website, and I'm going to kind of give you some numbers. I went from, I'm going to throw out some simple numbers here. I went from, let's just say, 5 or 6 clients to probably 4 or 5 that amount in about 30 days after I launched this website. You see, what happens is people are going to read your About Me section in YouTube. They're going to come and they're going to communicate with you via YouTube. But the people that are serious, the people that are wanting to pay you, the people that you're trying to reach, right? Your target audience, right? Those people are going to want a website. They're going to want something outside of YouTube. And so I kind of want to encourage you guys to do that. And so what I did is that I went to Squarespace and I built myself and designed myself kind of a simple, really simple website of where people could communicate with me and kind of see what I do, what I offer outside of YouTube. They can kind of get introduced to me on the platform that is YouTube, but then beyond that, I wanted them to have a place to come to, have more content, have more details where I could put that. So if we go here, we're going to take a look and kind of see what I've done. As you can see here, I've got my website fully branded around myself. I've got about me. I've got the different things that I offer: podcast editing, podcast setup. I got my podcast Entrepreneur's Minute, wedding videography. And then if they scroll down here, they're going to see some service and pricing. I also have a resume and some information about myself here. I've got a contact form, which this is where I get a lot of the information, a lot of the clients from. And then I get a little personal. I add my Instagram feed here at the bottom. That's going to have a load of pictures of myself, my family, my daughter, obviously, and so with all of that, it's one of those things to where it's really helped me, and it's added a boom to my business, and it's outside of YouTube. Now, there's a couple of ways of doing this. I chose Squarespace because I like the back end, and because I'm selling stuff, Squarespace offers a good commerce setup. But I always recommend people go to WordPress, which is free, and then get a hosting provider, and then build a website that way. This allows you to build your email list. This allows you to do other things. Now, outside of a website, there's also something that I like to call a podcast. And I have a couple of those, as a matter of fact. I have the TubeBuddy Express podcast, the YouTube Creators Hub podcast. It's just another way to reach out and another way to reach your audience. And I think it's amazing that a lot of people are not willing to go and to do the thing that is audio content. They're like, oh, well, the video is the future. But see, the thing is that when you create a podcast, you have a completely different relationship with those people that listen to your podcast. Normally, it's a lot longer. Normally, it's a different type of content. And so I want you to kind of understand that podcasting is really a great way to reach out beyond YouTube. And you own that podcast. You know, you upload it to your audio host, but pretty much you own your content. You own your podcast. And so hopefully you guys will think about different ways that you can reach out and do things outside of YouTube, because I do think that it's critical that you as a creator really reach out beyond the platform that is YouTube, because I think we depend on YouTube so much. And then when YouTube does something that we are against or that we don't agree with, or it hurts our channel, we're worried about it, and it really hurts us in the long run. Because what happens is that we're counting on that platform so much. And I really want you guys to kind of get away from that. And I want you guys to see there's other ways, there's other things that you can do outside of YouTube. Andrew says he has a blog. I found some success there hosting videos from YouTube. That's another great way of doing it. I have a website, but I've only used it for writing so far. Haven't linked YouTube videos. Yeah, you can embed your YouTube videos to your website. That's also a fantastic way of doing it. What's going on, Foulfish? How are you today? Welcome to the stream. So glad you guys are all with me today. Am set up on Anchor. Yes, Anchor is a great free way. I thought I saw Eileen. Yep, Eileen is in the chat. She is an Anchor expert. Definitely reach out to her if that's something you're interested in. I've been podcasting since 2009. That's awesome, Eileen. That's awesome. Yeah, there's so many different things you can do outside of YouTube. I want to encourage you guys to do that. I add my videos to my blog and my website. I think it's a great thing to do. Having a personal brand, a personal website for people to go and to come to is amazing. All right, so now what we're gonna do is, now that we've kind of laid out the topic, what questions do you guys have? Let's keep the questions relevant. Andrew, I'm going to actually have you link that. Excuse me, guys. I'm actually gonna have Andrew link the question and answer sheet one more time in the chat for me. For you guys to go into to ask those questions, because I really want you guys to ask me some relevant questions about life outside of YouTube, and about just the different ways that you found that you can branch out beyond the platform. See a lot of people asking about TubeBuddy mobile app coming to Android. Unfortunately, again, we have no set date or time on that. We will get to that as soon as we possibly can. Let's see here. What other questions do you guys have? Yes, the form is in there. The form is in the chat for you guys to go and to ask questions. All right, we're going to go and get some of these questions now. Yeah, I see a lot of people asking about the Android TubeBuddy. That's what the majority of the questions. Vikshita, hi Dusty, how are you doing? How are you doing today? Welcome to the stream here. When you add your video to your website, do you transcribe it as well when you add it? The transcription happens before you put it on your website. And so it's kind of done a little differently. And so I normally do the captions and the transcribing on the YouTube platform. And then when you embed that on your website, then what happens is they're going to see the transcription, the captions on the video that's placed on your website, right? Well, there's a couple of ways to put a video on a website there. You can either embed that video using the embed code, the embed link, or you can use the actual URL, which is like what you see at the top of your browser window. And that's kind of how that works. All right, guys, give me any questions that you may have. You can put those in there. Eileen says, it is more challenging to grow a following on Twitch versus YouTube? So that's a great question. So a lot of people lately have been asking me about Twitch and my thoughts. And, you know, I play video games, obviously, and Twitch is more of a gaming network, a gaming platform right now. I think that in the future, we're going to see Twitch move more towards, like right now, people are doing a lot of real life streams. I think Twitch business model will evolve from being just a gaming platform to where in the future I think we're going to see stuff other than gaming be really successful on Twitch. Right now it is primarily for game streams, but I think that in the future, and I think you're seeing this now, it's going to be used for other things. I think it's probably easier to, with our type of content, Eileen, to grow on YouTube. But I think that what I want to start doing is to start streaming on Twitch and YouTube simultaneously. That way I can kind of build up my following on both platforms, and that way I can be ready for the future. Because again, Twitch is the future. I think they've got a good business model. They're not going to take over YouTube, so nobody worry about that. It's a completely different entity right now. But YouTube does need to take notice, and they do need to make some changes and some revisions and some things to make their streaming platform better, because right now there's a lot of things I wish that YouTube had that Twitch does. And so I hope that they do it. I've seen a lot of art streams on Twitch, so it's already expanding. Yes, art is going to Twitch. I think talk shows and podcasts will be moving over to Twitch as well. I think people, if they're smart, they will be streaming to both platforms, and they will be utilizing both audiences, because people, there may be two different types of audiences on Twitch and on YouTube. And so I don't want you to just solely count on YouTube. I want you to understand that Twitch is out there and you can utilize it. A lot of people get scared of Twitch because they think it's solely for video game people, and that's not the case. That's not the case. Andy says, how do you feel about recording a podcast and shooting it on video as well for YouTube and doubling the content? There's a couple of ways, Andy, that I think about it, and here's kind of my thought process. What I don't want you to do is I don't want you to basically record your YouTube videos and then just rip the audio and upload that as a podcast. I think you're doing yourself a disservice and you're doing your audience a disservice. The video audio does not necessarily transpose very well to audio, but what I have started to do the past couple of weeks is that I am live streaming on YouTube my podcast interviews. And so people who can join me can watch my podcast live. They can watch the behind the scenes. They get to ask myself and my guests a couple of questions before and after the show. It gives great direct interaction. That interview will be uploaded directly to YouTube afterwards. And then I do my audio editing, make it sound really good, and then I upload that audio to my podcast. So that's kind of what I would stick with. I really wouldn't rip it one way or the other. Because what I found is that normally it either doesn't sound good coming onto your audio feed or vice versa going to your videos. And so be very, very careful. But definitely feel free to live stream your podcast interviews, because I think that gives great interaction and people love that. My audience, my community has loved it. Another thing that I failed to mention is that you can use platforms like Discord. Like I'm using Discord as a perk for my Patreon campaign. And you can use Discord to basically reach out to and how do I put this? Build a community. Whereas back in the day, people loved Facebook groups. I'm not a big fan of Facebook. Not just right now. I've never been a big fan of Facebook, to be honest with you. And Discord just has all of the great features you would need to take care of it. And so look into maybe creating a Discord channel for people who are interested in your content and that kind of thing. All right, we got a bunch of questions coming in here. Let's go ahead and knock those out. Christina asks, when you add your video to your website, do you transcribe it as well when you add it? I think I've already answered that one. That was the first question that I answered. Let's see here. I am a gamer. How do I create a website around being a gamer? That's a great question. When you are a video game content creator, your number one issue is that there's so many people creating that type of content. And so what I encourage you to do is have a place for people to reach out for you where you can embed your videos on your site, upload them to your site. Have a place for developers like game developers to connect with you and possibly send you game codes to have early. Have a place on your website that lists all of the specs for all of the consoles and computer or PC parts that you use. You want to find a way to basically brand it around yourself outside of YouTube. And so as a video game content creator, podcasting and a website is huge. And then basically you want to show the value that you're going to bring and why you're going to be entertaining to watch. Good question, though. Mini gamers. Great question. Next question from Paul. I'm a full-time college student, and many weeks, like most recently, I'm unable to upload content. Would that ultimately affect my subscriber count and views? How could I possibly work around that when I'm always jam-packed with homework? Oh, man. Paul, that's a great question. Christina said, is it better to embed on a website or just add the link? I like to embed because it looks better. It just visually, it looks better when you embed the video. But Christina, it's really up to you. Both of them will work. Paul, when it comes to uploading content, when you don't have time, your first part of your question is, will it affect my subscriber and view count? I want to say one thing. I want you to get away from that mentality of thinking only numerically. You're only thinking about the growth per numbers. What shows a YouTube channel success is not the numbers. It's not going to be a view count. It's not going to be a subscriber count. It's going to be, and I just talked about this in my upcoming TubeBuddy Express podcast. It's really about, what are you trying to say? What is your message? And is it being heard? Are you a roofer trying to get new clients in your area? Are you getting new clients? Then you're being successful. Obviously, if you're an entertainment channel, Paul, or if you're doing vlogs or whatever, you're wanting to grow your audience. You're wanting to grow your base of people who love what you do. And if that's the case, Paul, and you're in my case where you do how-to videos, you want the people who love your stuff, who love you as a person, as a creator, to continue coming back over and over again. Don't worry about your sub count or your view count. That's going to come. And don't worry about being jam-packed with homework. Your audience will understand. You want to get on a consistent schedule, yes, but real life, especially if this isn't your full-time job, always comes first. And I always tell my clients that, like right now, my daughter's sick. She's downstairs right now with my wife, took off work today. That always comes first. It will always come first. You got to have priorities, and you got to list those priorities out, and you got to know what they are, and being able to maybe batch record. That way you have something ready if something goes crazy. Again, there's so many different things that you can do, but it's a great question, though. A great question. Married to the Farm asks, since ad revenue is unreliable anyway, I'm really wondering if it is worth trying to draw my Facebook followers over to YouTube or if I should upload my videos right to Facebook. So, the way that I think of this is, number one, when your initial question is, since ad revenue is so unreliable on YouTube, which, by the way, you're exactly right on that. That's a very good point. Is it worth trying to get your Facebook people just to stay on Facebook when you upload your videos there? Well, when you think of ad revenue, unless you're a part of the Facebook beta program right now, or you've been invited to their partner program where you can make money on your Facebook videos, it's really not going to have any effect because you're not going to make any money on Facebook either. So if monetization and trying to make a business of your YouTube channel is kind of where you're going at, Married to the Farm, what I want you to do is think of other ways outside of ad revenue, because ad revenue is going to be sketchy and unreliable on any platform, not just YouTube, Facebook as well, wherever you go. Ad revenue is always going to be a little sketchy. It's always going to be unreliable. And so I want you to maybe find a way to reach out and to look outside of the just general scope of ad revenue, affiliate marketing, creating your own courses, getting sponsors for your videos. I want you to do things like that first and then see. Because I upload my videos to Facebook and YouTube. So I do both. And I found no effect. Great question, though. Go Groomer. In your opinion, what is the best way to reach people outside of YouTube? My channel is based on learning, tutorials, and demonstrations. Thanks. If reach people outside of YouTube, what I found is that I like to go to forums that are related to my content. I like to go to subreddits that are related to my content. I like to go outside of YouTube where people are gathering that are my target viewers, my target audience, and I congregate there. I ask questions. I, respond to people's questions in the forums. Especially if you are a how-to channel, what I've found is that you're going to find people who have questions that basically your video solves that problem. And so just do a quick link and say, hey, John, I did a video showing how to do just that. You can find it here. And normally what happens is people will come and they'll watch that video, they'll consume that content, and it's just another way of reaching people outside of YouTube. But again, you've got to kind of see what works for your channel, and then just go from there. Kind of my thought process on that. It's a good question, though. Really good question. All right. If you got any questions, don't forget to put those in the question form that Andrew has there in chat. Andrew said that TubeBuddy has a forum. Yes, we do have a forum, and it is awesome and growing. And just like TubeBuddy, man, TubeBuddy YouTube channel, 150 some odd thousand subscribers. That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. All right, so Married to the Farm says, to be more clear, I'm a long way from being monetized on YouTube too. I'm more focused on affiliate income. That's where I would stick right now. I would absolutely stick to affiliate income, see what you can do with that, and then as your channel grows, you'll get accepted into the partner program, and then you can worry about the ad revenue. Good question, though. A question coming in. Let's see here. Beanie says, I love when Dusty stops talking, but you hear no static. Dusty's audio game is strong. Hey, man, I'm working on it, man. It's a work in progress, Beanie. I appreciate the positive reinforcement, man. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Many irons in the fire. Absolutely. You're welcome, Married to the Farm. You are absolutely welcome. Red Rocket says, affiliate income can be huge, even with a small viewership. You're exactly right. A lot of times it's the smaller channels that are showing outside the box. You guys just saw the someone subscribed to to my channel. I had the notifications there with a little zombie. I do apologize about that. I need to hide that. Let's see here. I have made more through affiliate sales than YouTube ad revenue. Yeah, I honestly, I have too. All right, the next question here. Thank you, Andrew, with the link there to my YouTube channel. If you guys wanted to subscribe to me, you could do that. Don't hide the zombie. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna hide the zombie. That's for my personal streams. I stream, throughout the week for my podcast interviews, and then on Friday mornings. We got a question coming in from 99 Bananas Lost. He says this. He says, should I focus on making affiliate sales or just YouTube revenue? Unsure what the big difference is and how to make my site about it. So YouTube ad revenue, obviously, you know what that is. That's the ads that run on top of your videos. And when someone watches your video, they watch an ad, or an ad is displayed in front of them, then you'll get a little bit of a kickback, a few cents, depending on, again, your ad split for that specific week or month. And then affiliate revenue is basically going to be a place where you are promoting someone else's product or service. And then if someone buys that product or service through your link, then what happens is you get a kickback from that as well. And so affiliate marketing is just a way of promoting a service or a product that's not yours, and you're getting a commission. It's a great way to make passive income. It's a great way to get a supplemental income on top of the YouTube ad revenue, on top of other stuff when stuff may be slow. That's kind of my thought process on that. Good question, though. All right, guys, if you have any other questions, please put those there. Protim Aquatics, I have to go now. Thanks for the stream. You are absolutely welcome. I'll catch up later. Absolutely. Let's see here. What other questions do you guys have? Go ahead and hit me with those. To the top, Crane says, hi, Dusty. Just logged on. You and Dan gave me a channel review a few weeks ago. I implemented some of your ideas since then. I've gained 70 subscribers and a few thousand views. Thanks. That's awesome, man. That's the kind of stuff that I love to hear. People who are actually putting the advice that we give into actual, they're actually doing it. They're actually putting the stuff we tell them to do into action, and they're seeing real results. Because that's going to happen. You're going to see real results. I do. I was busy with my toddler. I understand that. Will you get more views if your videos are monetized? Absolutely not. No. Monetization does not equate to more views. What it does is allows you to actually make a little bit of money. And by the way, it is a little bit of money. I want to show you guys something that as we get some more questions inside of chat here. I want you guys to see what YouTube allows you to do. If we go here, and we're over on the TubeBuddy YouTube channel, what YouTube provides you with is this beautiful option up here in the right-hand corner that allows you to link to your website, your products, your courses, whatever it may be. And so YouTube is encouraging you to say, listen, yes, we have a platform. We want you to utilize our platform, but we also want you to utilize our platform to gain more clients, to get more viewers, to get people off of this platform and onto your website or your product or your service. Because again, I think that people forget that YouTube has an About Me section. Beanie, that's all right, man. Yeah, Andrew's running on a few hours of sleep as well. Yeah, the amount of ad revenue. I see some questions in chat. It's really so not substantial. There are so little amount of money made on, there's only a small percentage of people who are able to make a living doing YouTube solely on their ad revenue, which is bad. Custom bikes, unfortunately, I have to go. Thanks for the show, Dusty. Salute to all you guys. Hey, man, thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate that. What does it mean to build a brand and not a YouTube channel? That's a great question, and I think it gets thrown around a lot, and people aren't really they don't really get it. It's not really explained very well. So let me kind of break it down here. What I want you to think of it as, and this is the analogy that I give all the time, and if people consume my content, they've heard me say this before. You've got to think of your brand and your business as a tree, and YouTube is a branch on that tree. So trees have multiple branches, and so you can think of one branch as YouTube, one branch as a podcast, one branch as your website, as your course, and you want to continue to grow branches, and you want to continue to build that tree. And what makes a healthy tree is a big tree with lots of branches, and I want you to really think of it that way. So a brand is something that you can move forward with. If something ever happened to YouTube and YouTube wasn't there, a brand will continue going. A YouTube channel will stop immediately upon YouTube going away. And so think of a brand as something that goes that way. That's kind of where I would go with that. I get what you're saying, but this is more about growing elsewhere. So in case YouTube went away, and also drive traffic to your channel. And that's the beauty, right, about having outside sources, whether, in my wedding videography business, I do what I call Instagram trailers. And it brings a lot of business to my YouTube channel, to my website, because I'm utilizing another tool to drive traffic to my YouTube channel. And the website, if you're showing up in Google search, may drive traffic to your YouTube channel. I know you guys probably didn't see it, but at the very top of my website that I showed you guys earlier, I have a link that says subscribe to my YouTube channel. So again, it's all a big circle. It's all going back and forth. You want your YouTube channel to keep people. You just want to keep people basically in your ecosystem, whether they're on your website, whether they're listening to your podcast, whether they're on your YouTube channel. You want to keep people involved with your content. I hope that makes sense. I really hope it does. It's like a big circle. I want you guys to think of it in that regard. All right. Next question coming in from Black Sheep. Amazon affiliate program has dropped me twice. It says I'm too small of a channel. How big do I need to be for an Amazon affiliate? Maybe other people can speak on this better than I can. I know I was fine working with Amazon when I was a smaller channel. And so I would keep applying. I would keep trying to grow my content. And again, even with Amazon, showing people that you have value, that you're going to bring value, you're going to send people and make sales, and people are going to enjoy the stuff they get when they buy that stuff, is a way of doing that. So just keep on applying, keep doing what you're doing, and you should be fine. Lotch Gaming TV. I'm kid-friendly gaming channel. Can I grow that type of content? I think you can, and I think with that niche, you may be able to grow better than a lot of other gaming channels because they're not kid-friendly. Think of the big India Wild Films. Hey, Dusty, your podcasts are great. Hey, man, I'm so glad you like them. When it comes to kid-friendly gaming content, I think you've already set yourself apart, which is the first step in doing a successful gaming channel. And so when you think of what is really popular right now in the gaming space, think of like Fortnite. Everyone's trying to do a Fortnite channel. Everyone's trying to be successful with what's popular and that kind of thing. And so what I want you guys to see is that if you did one that was kid-friendly, which a lot of people are playing, parents would really appreciate that, and they let their kids watch your content, and that would probably help you in the long run. So definitely something that you can grow with in the future. Droppy Sack, yes, I made it. My channel is a gaming channel, but I add vlog videos talking about how the game compared to life. That's pretty cool. Really nice. I got a question coming in from Outdated Leon. Leon or Leon, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a very long question. He wrote, I read everything, but he said, so I'd like to know, am I holding myself back just because I want to still have a life outside of YouTube? I don't want to walk into an interview where it goes, hey, I know you, my son watches you, and you're vulgar. Get out of my office. Thank you for your time, and my apologies for the long post. This is a really interesting question, and it's something that's going to become more and more relevant as the internet continues to be a huge part of our lives. Excuse me. I'm going to give you some advice that my grandmother gave me, and she gave me this advice growing up, and she still gives me this advice to this day. Don't ever put anything out there, speaking of the internet, on the internet, that you wouldn't want to watch with your mom or your grandma or your kids one day. So if it's something that will embarrass you, if it is something vulgar that a potential company would use against you to not hire you, always err on the side of being, again, I'm not saying you need to be clean as a whistle. I'm not saying that. But when it comes to a YouTube channel, people will see it. It will be out there. And so I want to encourage you, if you are creating content that is vulgar, that's fine. I have no problem with that. But just know that it is out there and it very well could be used against you. Andrew said it really good. He said, be cautious. The internet is forever. It works the same way for content that is not vulgar or basically, Christina said, so glad the internet didn't exist when I was younger. It was just coming into itself when I, and it really wasn't existing like it is now. Thank God, because I could, we all make dumb mistakes, right? And so let's see here. Shoot, I haven't had a life and I refuse to be ashamed of it. We grow through our mistakes and that proves we are human. I agree 100% with that. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. What I do want to encourage everyone is just be careful is all I'm asking. I'm not asking you not to be yourself. I'm not asking you not to say things or be have passionate conversations. What I am telling you is that, again, the internet is forever and it can be used against you in the future. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And I think that was kind of what the question was asking. What's going on, Rodney B. Hunt? How are you doing today, sir? Welcome to the stream. We got another question coming in from Just Sonoma. How can different types of channels use Patreon and benefit from it, like vlog channels and how-to channels? Okay, so with your two examples, there is a vlogger that I watch who basically what they do is they do Patreon-only vlogs. So you do your normal vlogs during the week, and then you do like a weekend vlog that you only post on Patreon. And it allows kind of a special behind-the-scenes look for people who are supporting you. You got to think of Patreon like this. Yes, it's a way for people to support you, but it's not going to pay the bills. Like, it's just going to give people another way to drop you a couple of dollars and allow you to add some extra value to those people. If you're a how-to channel, something that I've recently done the past couple of months, Christina and Beanie and a couple of other people here in the stream today are a part of my Discord. And through Patreon, what I allow people to do is if they support me on my Patreon campaign, they get access to the YouTube Creators Discord. And Christina and Beanie, if you don't mind, you can drop my Patreon link if you don't mind, and they can kind of see how I implement it. I'm not asking you. Seth is actually a patron of mine as well. But basically, if you support myself on Patreon, you get access to my Discord channel. And then if I go over here and I take a look at, like, let's go look at the Discord here, and then let's go ahead, I'll pull it up. I'll kind of show you guys kind of how I use it, and then maybe you can kind of get a view of kind of how it works here. So a Patreon perk for me is access to this YouTube creators Discord. And so if we go here, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys exactly what it looks like here. All right. So if you look right here on the Discord, when you have an opportunity to go in here and join the Discord by supporting me on Patreon, you get a place where you can come here, ask questions, look at all the people here that are joined, questions going on all throughout the day. You've got a place to share your YouTube goals, a place to share your channel links, a place to share your recent uploads. I mean, there's just so many things and options that you have by being a part of my Discord. And I provide, yeah, I know, I'm sorry, Christina, I'm getting it confused. I do apologize. But basically, like, if you support me over on Patreon, then you get access to that. So that's kind of how I use Discord and Patreon together to help me, and I've seen a lot of success in that. I'm not saying it's the way that you need to, but there's a lot of great ways that you can utilize your Patreon to support it. So that's kind of what I would say. But I'm all for Patreon. I think it's a great way for you to see success. You can go there and take a look and see. I've dropped the link there. You can see kind of how I utilize Patreon. I found that the more real I am, the more transparent I am, the more support I'm getting from people on Patreon. Shares Life, this is so over my head. I am new and trying to understand what is Patreon. Shares Life, Patreon is just a platform where basically you can set up a campaign for people to support you financially. So you let them know what you're going to do. You set goals. You also put in special rewards they're going to get if they support you, like a t-shirt or a special Skype call with you one-on-one, and they'll support you and throw a couple of dollars your way each month or each time you create something productive. It's a great question, though. All right, next question. Let's see. NolaDad08 says, we do claw machines and arcade games on our channel that mostly feature your kids. I have 2K subs, but struggle with getting our subs notified. Yeah, that's a problem right now across YouTube is being able to notify. Guest Gaming YouTube says, everyone on this chat is very good. Thanks. Yeah, the chat room is amazing. That's why I love Discord, right? Is people will allow you to help each other out. Excuse me, guys. I do apologize for the coughing. I really don't feel that great today, but I'm trying to bring you guys all I have today. So I appreciate you guys being patient with me today. When it comes to getting notifications, obviously there's the bell icon. When people subscribe to your channel, you want to encourage them to click the bell icon. It's one of those things to where I hope YouTube's going to make some technical changes soon. But again, getting your subscribers notified, I would encourage them all to follow you, like on follow you on Twitter or Instagram, and every time you post a new video, basically put that out there on the internet, on Twitter or you know, whatever it may be, and let people know that way, because they're going to get notified that way better. All right, see you later. See you later, Kat. Have a great day. Thanks for stopping by. Vicky, how are you doing today? Welcome. All Tech Updates, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping by. But you know, when it comes to utilizing other services like Patreon for monetization, people think that it's something you shouldn't do. I've never understood that. Like, why wouldn't you utilize all the tools you have in supporting your brand and your business, especially if you have a full-time job and you're doing YouTube on the side? It's just a great way. Yalak Gaming, Dusty, can you give us a link of the Discord server? So my Discord is private, and it's done via supporting me on Patreon, and that was kind of what I was explaining. Dusty, thanks for sticking it out when you don't feel well. I've been having withdrawals from live streams with you and Nick being out lately. Yeah, I've been missing Nick as well, and been having a lot of stuff going on personally. You guys don't care about any of that, but I had a lot of house problems, internet issues. Now I'm not feeling very well, but I'll be back. I'm here ready to go, and I'll be back on Friday. We got a live stream coming on Thursday on my channel as well. So absolutely. All right, guys, let's get some final questions in the chat. I think we've had a great stream today. What an amazing chat room we've had today. You guys have been vibrant, averaged about 60 people in here all day, which is amazing. Please, 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 if you have any questions, put those in chat or put those on the questionnaire that Andrew has provided us with. Thank you, Christina. Dr. Psychotic, I just got here. Welcome. IFTT, if then that is an awesome, awesome tool, by the way. That's a great question. Or great answer, Red Rocket. Shares live, so will I. I will be checking out Patreon too. I hope so. So the ones who only support on Patreon get to be on Discord. It's like a premium membership. Great idea to maintain the number that's feasible to moderate. You hit the nail on the head. So basically, I allow people to put a little money where their mouth is, support me on Patreon, which then gives them access to the Discord, and then it supports me as well. Because you want them to support you because they want to support you. The perks and benefits just come along with it. See you, Go Groomer. Thanks for stopping by. Yes, Seth, nailed it. That sounds too high-tech for me. I really don't understand that stuff. It really is about learning, getting on YouTube, researching, watching videos on it. It does take some time to understand better. JH versus YouTubers. I've been struggling a lot about microphones, so can you tell me which kind of microphone we can use for YouTube? Thank you. It really is a matter of what type of content you're doing. If you're doing voiceovers or if you're doing like what I'm doing right now, there's a couple of options. You could get the Blue Yeti microphone, which is a USB microphone, right? That's a very cheap microphone, $80. You plug it directly into your computer, and it just works. Then you have like what I'm talking into right now. This is a Shure SMB microphone. It is a condenser microphone. You take this microphone, you plug it in via XLR cable into a audio interface. It's a little more complicated. It gets a little more expensive. What I recommend you do, get the Blue Yeti and do it that way. Now, if you're doing on-camera stuff, you may want to get like a Tascam lapel microphone that you put on your shirt and talk into it that way. Again, you can get a Tascam, $100, $150. Great question, though. Seth, I got the model right this time. I did, didn't I? I've said it. Boya mic is the best. Never used those. I've used Shure microphones. I've used Newman microphones. I've used the Blue Yeti for a long time. Isn't cardioid mic best for singing? I'm not sure. I am a horrible singer. You do not want me to sing. I love my Blue Yeti. Yeah, the Blue Yeti it is a fantastic piece of hardware. All right, guys, got a couple more minutes here. If you have any questions, please put those in the questionnaire sheet or put those. Would I need a webcam? Not necessarily. If you're doing gaming content, I would recommend that you do have a webcam. I recommend the one I'm using right now is the Logitech C922. Which mic am I using? This one is a Shure SM. What is it, Seth? A Shure SM7B, I believe. Elevation, why don't you promote your podcast in the lower third? Normally I do. I was changing up some stuff on my OBS that kind of messed me up, but normally I do. Hutch, hey guys, what's up? What's going on? How are you today, Hutch? Dusty, you have a great voice too. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, guys. Well, I am about to get out of here. I do want to let you know, how do you make the scroll text line? It's just scrolling text and a little background I made in Photoshop. I got a video on YouTube how to do that, by the way. Links to all of my podcasts are in the description of this video. You can find me over on YouTube. It's just Dusty Porter on YouTube to find my how-to videos. Also, again, I always love doing these live streams. I live stream here every last Wednesday of every single month. Love, love, love doing these things. Don't forget to reach out to me online. Find me. I'll always email you back. I'll always try to get back to you as soon as I can. Don't forget to check out the Patreon and getting access to that Discord. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I want to give a special shout out today to Andrew. He's had a lot of stuff going on personally, but he was here today and he showed up and he did such a great job like he normally does. And I will see you guys on the next live stream.